Hey everybody, this is Dalton with SportBikeTrackGear.com, and today we're going to be doing a video review of the Speed and Strength SS1600 Helmet. Alright guys, so the SS1600 is the helmet we are going to talk about today. I got the cruise missile right in front of me here, and then a couple other graphics off to the side. Really excited to talk about this helmet from the Speed and Strength line. I think it's a great price point. It's a great looking helmet, and it's got some really keen features that I think a lot of our customers will really like, especially if you're out riding on the street. You need some creature comforts that you won't necessarily get with a race helmet, and that you're definitely not going to find from a helmet at the same price point as this. So to start off with the price point, these are $199.95 in the graphics. This particular helmet is available in 3 different colorways, which is really nice. Something Speed and Strength is focused on a lot this year is a casual protection kind of thing. They want to focus on how the helmet looks because it's definitely important to folks who are shopping for the street. You want to match your bike, you want to match gear that you already have. And they kind of allow you to do that with an array of different graphics and different colors, all at a really reasonable price point of $199.95. I have a 59 centimeter head, wear a large in most different lids. This is a large. I tried it on, fits me really well. Not going to be any discomfort as far as pressure points or hot spots go in the actual shell of the helmet, and it fits me nice and tight within the cheek pads. That'll break in a little bit, get a little bit more comfortable for me. So overall, I would say the large is the lid that I would want to go with. For $199.95, this is what you're going to get. Here are the features. So you get the A.T.P.A exterior shell of the helmet. It's a really light material, makes the helmet super light. They're able to actually make it thinner than a lot of other helmets. As you can see, for $299 or for $199.95, when we're looking at like a $200 price point helmet, there's a couple things we usually run into. It's a lack of features, poor ventilation. Sometimes the shell will be really wide and kind of unsightly. And then also it could be extremely heavy. So we really don't see any of those things with this helmet. As you can see, it's a really thin, kind of streamlined helmet. It's going to be comfortable for you, not create too much wind resistance. Additionally, it's pretty light. It's not obviously like a race helmet light, but for a lot of the street helmets we see, especially one that's $199.95, this is one of the lighter ones that we come across. Next, you're going to get a lot of really good venting options. So you have 2 vents up top here, and just like with the 1310, if you've watched that video, you have one down here as well. The ports within the liner, pretty decent size. They're going to create a good amount of airflow over that liner, which is actually going to be really good. It's a moisture wicking, cool feel liner that they have. We'll kind of go a little bit more into that as we go on. Another really cool feature about this helmet is the visor. So the visor is fully optically correct. It's going to be a fog-free, a UV-resistant, and a scratch-resistant visor. So that's really cool. For $200, you're going to get a helmet that the sight is going to be great for you. So the anti-fog is kind of helped out with the ventilation down here. It's a material that they put on it so to kind of keep the fog down. If you're riding in colder weather, it's going to be more difficult for you to get that visor to fog up by breathing in it. And then the optically correct portion is also super important. Anybody who's done a lot of rides and has ever ridden with a visor that's not optically correct, you wear it for a couple hours and your head starts to hurt, you can't see as well, and you're thinking, why? What's going on with this? And it's because that visor has not been manufactured to provide perfectly optically correct vision with the shape that they make it. So that's also really important, making this helmet something that is really easy to ride all day in. If you're riding out on the street, if it's hot, things like that, they do a lot to kind of make sure that's going to be comfortable for you. So another nice feature of this is going to be the removal system. So the locking mechanism for the actual visor is incredibly easy to use. It's just this little button down here. It's kind of cool because when you slide it and you remove the visor, it actually locks open. So then once you're ready to reinstall it, you can literally just push it in and it will be all good for you. So you have your visor in there. Once you close it, it does have a lock as well. This is important to a lot of folks riding out on the street. Want to make, and even at the track too, they want to make sure that this visor isn't going to come up on you if you're doing any aggressive riding at speeds or anything like that. So as you can see, definitely works here. Close it and get it locked. Pulling on that pretty good. there's a little tab right in there. You can actually see the lock mechanism work. So it functions just by grabbing that little tab when you slide it forward, not going to let it fly up on you there. So, we talk about the creature comforts of riding on the street. So there's some things that you use on the street that you would never necessarily use on the track. On the track, you want to have, you know, your smoke visor and everything so that you just don't have to worry about the vision or anything. But when you're on the street, you know, you're out before it's sunlight, you're out after it's sunlight, you never really know. And that makes the clear visor really the most effective one to have. If you've ever tried to ride in a smoke visor at night, it does not work. And that's why one of the coolest features about this helmet is going to be the DVD system. So that's the drop-down visor system that they offer here. So as you can see, works really smoothly. Super nice engineering quality. And it's invaluable, really. I've owned a couple helmets that have drop-down visors in it. It's super nice to be able to just have this clear visor for overcast days, or, you know, if it's cloudy and then it's sunny, things like that. You always have the option to literally drop it down, and it's like you put on a pair of sunglasses. This one, as you can see, goes down really far to cover almost the entire eye port, which is super important as well. Sometimes when you get the drop-down visor in it with some other brands, it's not going to drop down all the way, and it's actually going to allow that sunlight and the UV rays to get up in there and still affect your vision while you're riding. That's not the case with this one. Definitely gives you plenty of visor, and it's really non-intrusive. You don't want to use it. Just slides up. It does lock into place, so you don't have to worry about it falling down or bouncing around when it's down, which is a super, super nice quality of the helmet. We'll kind of talk about the interior of the helmet here. Like with the SS1600, a really cool feature of this is it's got some reflective material around the neck roll here. It's got also a leather material over here as well. That's going to be nice for the aesthetic features of the helmet. When you're on a sport bike and things like that, this actually makes quite a bit of sense. You know, your body's at such a position where this portion of the helmet is sometimes the most visible thing on the helmet. So to put this reflective material on there is really smart, and it's going to give you just that little bit of extra confidence knowing that you have that reflective material that a driver or another rider behind you is not going to struggle to see you at all. A fully DOT and ECE approved shell, which is also really nice. You know that you're getting the protection that you should have when you're riding out on the street. If you were to get into a slide or an accident or anything, this is going to do a really good job to help you with that. So we talked about the ventilation a little bit earlier. What I'm going to do is take the helmet apart to kind of show you, to illustrate where that ventilation comes from. But I also wanted to take the opportunity to show you a little bit about the actual liner. So it is a microfiber material. It's a cooling material and a moisture wicking material as well. So basically how that works is the material that the microfiber material that this is right here is going to work to wick the moisture away from your skin. If you have the helmet on for a long time, you're going to sweat, and then the ventilation of the helmet is actually going to draw that moisture through the liner and evaporate it, you know, from the helmet. So you're effectively drying the helmet all the time, even while it's on your head. So it's a really good system, and it makes all the difference if you've ever been on a longer ride where, you know, you experience a lot of sweating, you know, it's a hot day out, things like that. It's good to have them kind of work to, you know, dry the liner a little bit. It does have a mounting system up here as well. You can see this kind of goes into the helmet. Some of them have like an overlapped sort of plastic piece that can be difficult to get in once you remove the liner. Sometimes it's hard to get it back in the exact way. This has got individual slots for each of the clips, make it really easy to just slide it in there. You don't have to worry about taking forever to change out your liner. Remove it, you wash it, you put it back in, you wear it again. Never caused you any problems. You got your D-ring, which is still the most reliable way to secure a helmet on your head. And then inside there, you can actually see the various ventilation ports for the helmet. Again, this is where the air is going to be drawn in over this liner to evaporate the moisture that is wicked away from your skin. So overall, a really good system. With this helmet, you know, if you're someone who's riding on the street frequently, who wants something that's going to give you a lot of the creature comforts, but also isn't an insane amount of money, this is a really good option for you. It comes in a lot of different graphics. The features are endless. I could talk about this helmet, you know, all day, all the various features. You can tell they put a lot of time into it, and they want this to be something that's going to help a rider enjoy their time even more. So if you've ever shopped with us before, you know we ship every order over $40 at no charge to you. We're really easygoing with returns and exchanges. We want you to get the product that you want, and we want to be the ones to get it for you. Meaning, if we get an item that doesn't completely satisfy you for any reason, you can always give us a call. We'll talk to you about return or exchange options. You get it back to us. We'll get it turned around really quickly for you to make sure you get the helmet or the jacket, the pants, boots, anything you like. Make sure you get the right ones. We also do a $10 shipping label program. If you want to call us, we'll set you up with a $10 label regardless of what the item is. Shipping rates can be pretty expensive for you, so definitely we want you to take advantage of that. If you have any questions that I didn't cover in the video here, you can always feel free to call us at 888-784-4327 or email orders@sportbiketrackgear.com. One of our gear experts would be happy to help you get sized or get you set up with the proper item. So again, this is the Speed and Strength SS1600, and I'm Dalton with sportbiketrackgear.com.